From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We do have flooding that is ongoing right now along the Naches and the Yakima rivers. Wind gusts picking up for tonight into tomorrow into Thursday, 25 to 45 miles per hour, and highs getting into the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday, feeling abnormally warm. Okay, it is a First Alert weather day, and it's going to continue to be through Sunday as we'll have that potential for moderate river flooding. You can see already this morning we're seeing quite a bit of moisture in the Cascades, quite a bit of snow as well. We'll touch on past conditions here in a little bit, but the Naches River already in minor flood stage, and it still has a little bit more ebbing and flowing to go. So for the Naches River, moderate flooding is possible from Cliffdale downstream to Yakima, and then for the Yakima River Adam Tanum, there will be flooding in pastures along the river. For Yakima River near Parker, there will be flooding of farmland and county roads. Some homes and buildings will be flooded, and there will be significant riverbank and topsoil erosion. And then for the Yakima River at Kiona, this crest is going to be a little bit later in the week, closer to Saturday, but there will be moderate flooding of farmland, roads, and some residential areas, especially in the West Richland area. And again, all of this is per the National Weather Service Pendleton official river forecast. So that touches on the flooding. I'll touch on the winds coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a smoky smell inside a Tri-Cities restaurant had fire crews rushing in. Coming up, what investigators say they found before customers returned. Plus, a major rebuild decades in the making. Work is moving forward on Wapato's new high school campus. And this morning, we're taking an inside look at the upgrades that leaders say will change how students learn. And drivers in Richland, get ready for delays. The final phase of a major road project is causing new lane closures this week. We'll tell you when exactly and where right here on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, December 9th. We're going to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with Fire Watch. This out of Richland, where fire crews responded to a restaurant after smoke was reported in the dining area. Several units rushed to Porter's Real Barbecue around 10:30 Monday morning. This was on George Washington Way. Dispatchers received reports of a burning plastic smell in the banquet room, but thankfully no fire was found. Firefighters, however, did discover light smoke and called for additional units, suspecting a possible structure fire.
Initial reports were that there was a smell of burning plastic inside the banquet room. Based on the details, we upgraded this to a possible structure fire, which provided some more units. On arrival, we found light smoke in the banquet room with no obvious source. We're thinking it's potentially the HVAC system at this time, and that's why we have the platform going to the roof to check the HVAC system.
The restaurant was able to reopen as normal for the rest of the day. Fire officials are reminding business owners to have HVAC systems inspected twice a year, and this is to prevent damage or any fires. And continuing our fire watch, a family living northwest of Prosser is displaced after a fire tore through their home Sunday evening. West Benton firefighters say they got the call around 5 o'clock, and this was for a house fire on Missimer Road. When crews arrived minutes later, flames were coming from the back porch. They were able to stop the spread quickly, but the damage was too much. The home suffered heavy fire, smoke, and water damage, and it's now uninhabitable. No one was home at the time, and no injuries were reported. Investigators do believe the fire started on the rear porch, possibly caused by a heat lamp. And turning to the roadways now, where a man is dead after a fiery crash near Sunnyside. Deputies say around 4:35 a.m. on Saturday, crews found a car fully engulfed in flames in a canal off East Edison Road. Once the fire was out, they found a single occupant who died from their injuries. The driver is believed to be a 21-year-old Sunnyside man, though his actual identity has not yet been confirmed. Investigators say speed caused the driver to lose control and shear off a guardrail on the canal bridge. And staying in Yakima County, we turn to Wapato, where an investigation is underway. This after two men died in a crash involving a train. Washington State Patrol responded to the scene near the city limits on North Wapato Avenue, and this was just before 3:45 p.m. Troopers discovered a pickup truck had been struck by a southbound train, and both occupants, a 29-year-old and a 32-year-old man from Wapato, they were both pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation revealed the truck was traveling southwest on North Wapato Avenue, and it did not stop at the railway crossing before the collision. 5:05, and turning now to education news, where construction is moving forward on the brand new Pace High School in Wapato. This replaces a campus that's nearly a century old. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert caught up with district officials about the new high school and what it'll mean for the community and its students.
The original Pace building went up in the 1930s, and after decades of use, district leaders say it's no longer made sense to keep repairing it. Early site work began about 5 months ago, and crews have spent much of that time moving ground, securing permits, and relocating utilities ahead of major construction. The new campus will be just under 20,000 square feet, and the project is part of a $33 million bond plus state matching funds to replace some of the district's oldest buildings.
The need for the building has been around for a long time. It was identified 8 to 10 years ago before I came to work at the district, but within the last 4 to 5 years, we became very serious about replacing this building.
Hill says the new high school will provide improvements the current campus just can't offer, including learning spaces built for today's students.
A full gymnasium, new admin, new commons areas, and 11 new classroom areas for students to be.
School leaders with the Wapato School District tell me that the new high school will help with better overall learning outcomes. However, they also tell me that this new high school will actually be more cost effective than continuing to do repairs to the existing Pace High School.
So we have 3 very old buildings that were at a spot. It was the cost to maintain them was getting well beyond our means. And so as we started looking in the options of, do you upgrade those to current standards, or do you build what's called new in lieu? New in lieu actually was a better financial decision for the district and our community than it was just to retrofit the buildings.
Another major factor, technology. Hill says the current building can't support modern electrical and internet needs.
You don't have all of that infrastructure for fiber lines and for wireless. Those buildings weren't made to do that. So the newer buildings, not only are we building for what we need today, but we tried to project what education is going to look like 30 years down the road.
Hill says crews are now focusing on getting the structure sealed from the outside so they can shift to interior work.
The real hope is within the next month and a half, everything is sealed in and we're working internally instead of externally.
Hill says the Wapato School District is working hard to finish the new high school and give students the best possible place to learn. In Wapato, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. And according to the district, the high school is set to be finished by the summer of next year, with construction on track for a fall move-in. Talking sports now, as a nearly century-old Yakima sports tradition continued yesterday. The Parker Youth and Sports Foundation awarded more than $23,000 in grants supporting youth athletics all across the valley. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen was there and now shows us how this legacy began and how it's still growing.
Inside the Sun Tides Golf Course Clubhouse, community leaders and coaches gathered as the Parker and Youth Sports Foundation handed out its fall grants, 11 awards totaling $23,350. The foundation's roots go back to 1937, when Shirley D. Parker founded Yakima's first professional baseball team and built Parker Field on the same 10 acres used by athletes today.
The original mission is helping youth groups to raise healthy citizens in our valley, and that continues.
And for the groups receiving funding, the impact is immediate, from baseball and softball to multi-sport programs to organizations like First Tee Central Washington. This money helps cover equipment, travel costs, and program expansion.
We're trying to reach as many kids as we can in every part of the city of Yakima and community, as well as Wenatchee and beyond.
Supporting local programs is a way to carry the community's sports heritage forward. The foundation says the grants are just one piece of the puzzle. They'll continue supporting youth athletics and taking care of those fields that have shaped Yakima athletics for over a century. Reporting in Yakima, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And organizers say they're grateful for the community members who keep showing up to support local athletes. They hope the grants inspire more families to get involved in youth sports programs. 5:09 and looking ahead now in Richland today, drivers will see lane closures this week as crews wrap up the South George Washington Way improvements project. The city says wind and rain has now delayed final striping, so intermittent lane closures will continue through December 14th. The biggest impacts come Wednesday night into Thursday morning when crews install final striping and a new crosswalk at G-Way and Columbia Point Drive. Columbia Point Drive will be closed with detours in place, and some lanes on G-Way may temporarily shut down. Officials are urging drivers to slow down and watch for workers. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you feel cold weather has your skin feeling rough, you're not imagining it. But dermatologists are saying there is relief. We're sharing the simple steps that you can take to help protect your skin. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back on the other side of the break.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
Like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Twist the month before gifting. Garage piled high. Houses were bursting. Time to let clutter fly. The Habitat Store wish list is merry and clear. Our shelves need your treasures as holidays near. Make room for the new by sharing the old. Clean, sell-ready items, tidy and bold. We turn good tidings to homes built with grace. For local families to find a safe place. Drop off in Richland, all items lovely and bright. Or call for free pickup and fill our wish list tonight.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Next live, Mila Kunis from the latest Knives Out mystery. Plus High Potential's Taryn Killam. And it's Gift Bargains Week.
And they look very cool on you.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
Like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
This week, Zoe Saldana and Avatar Fire and Ash take over live.
Good morning, America.
And say good morning, America, or should I say bonjour, America, to Emily in Paris Week on GMA with Lily Collins live on Good Morning America.
Fly the Northwest with the ladies of WSU Crew tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Just wanted to update you on some of the past conditions out there. We are seeing compact snow for US 12 at White Pass, and traction tires are required. It looks like a lot of the washout cameras are not working this morning, probably due to the winds. I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass, it's snowy and slushy. Traction tires are advised. We actually do have a road closure. I-90 eastbound, exit 34, east of North Bend. This would be due to a mudslide, so we'll continue to keep you updated on this throughout the course of the morning. Okay, gust for tonight into Wednesday, into Thursday as well, going to be gusty. So for this morning, we're seeing some gusty stuff. We're thinking this is going to probably die off after 8 this morning. But for tonight, they're going to start to ramp up once again. 35-mile-per-hour gusts for the basin and for the foothills. Then for Wednesday, you see we're, all of us into that 25 to 45-mile-per-hour range. And then for Wednesday night, once again, 40 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, 30 miles per hour for Yakima and Sunnyside. And then into Thursday, not as windy, but still certainly gusty out there. So that's what we'll have to contend with over the next handful of days. Temperatures this morning, it feels pretty good if you're not in the wind gusts, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, and our highs could reach into the 60s by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday. So for today, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, but like I said, getting into the 60s. Look at this. 20 to 25 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year for Wednesday, and then things stabilize after that, but still above average for this time of the year. We'll touch on that flooding potential once again through Sunday coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking at your health headlines now, it's the largest organ in the body. We're talking about your skin, and this time of year and the dipping temperatures can wreak havoc on your skin. The colder months, luckily though, in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither is speaking to a dermatologist on how we can all protect our skin this winter.
It's the season of dry skin, and if you're feeling the itch, you're not alone.
The cold temperatures outside, the high heat, and the low humidity, all of those factors play a role into making our skin more dry and more sensitive.
Dr. Susan Masick with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says there are ways to protect your skin and provide some relief. She says it starts with hydration.
You want to moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. You can never moisturize enough.
Masick says most products out there are effective. Emollients and ointments like petroleum jelly can help seal moisture into the skin. Creams that have more oil than water can replenish skin to keep it healthy.
Lotions tend to have more water, and so they are able to glide on the skin more easily than creams, but creams and ointments are more moisturizing.
And when outdoors, she says to cover up to make sure your skin isn't exposed to the elements. Inside, consider using a humidifier and avoid taking long, hot showers. Keep it lukewarm and shorter. She says to also pay attention to what you're washing with.
And make sure we're using mild soaps, gentle cleansers, avoid the really harsh astringents, toners, perfumes, scented types of cleansers that can actually help irritate the skin.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Dr. Masick says that it's a good idea to adjust your skincare routine this time of year, adding additional moisturizer, but continuing to use sunscreen daily, even in the winter. All right, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast, which is in just a few minutes.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go on.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Christmas is coming to Pasco. Join us Saturday, December 13th as Peanuts Park transforms into a winter wonderland for Winterfest from 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy holiday music, crafts, kids games, tasty treats, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Before 5, we'll draw the scavenger hunt grand prize winner. Then gather as we light Pasco's heritage Christmas tree to kick off the season. Winterfest, December 13th at Peanuts Park, presented by the City of Pasco.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Christmas is fast approaching and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your family gathering needs. Pick up one of our famous fully cooked spiral hams dripping with our delicious glaze. And don't worry, we also have whole turkeys and whole turkey breasts. Don't forget, Honey Baked Ham makes a perfect holiday gift. Complete your feast with our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices. Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard, or call us at 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Kraken, Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll have moderate river flooding through Sunday, specifically for the Naches and the Yakima rivers. So let's show you the atmospheric components behind that. We've got this train of storm systems that's just lined up in the Pacifics, taking aim right at the Cascades. So let's time out the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. 8 this morning, looking at widespread rainfall out there. The same thing for lunchtime. Looks like the same thing for dinner time as well. Now, maybe trending a little bit drier into the very late evening. At least that's what Futurecast radar suggests. And then into Wednesday and Thursday, much drier overall for lower elevations. But look at the Cascades, just continuing to see non-stop rainfall. Not only that, but moderate to heavy rainfall at times. So let's take it back to today in the Tri-Cities umbrella cast. Looks like the peak chances of rainfall for today going to be right around dinner time, and then again trending a little bit drier after that. Of course, you can see hour by hour precip chances yourself for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Precip chances, like I said, going to go down substantially for lower elevations into Wednesday and Thursday. Looking pretty dry for Friday and Saturday, then trending a little bit wetter by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. But let's sum all this up. The rainfall we're expecting from this morning through Saturday afternoon, still another 5 to 7 inches to go for the Cascades, and beneficial rainfall for the rest of us, although not going to get too much in the way of tangible rainfall for the lower Columbia Basin. So still more rain to go to filter into the basin. That's going to make river levels rise. And then in terms of the wintry aspect of this, from this morning through this evening, could maybe have another couple inches of snow for Cascade passes and for Blue passes as well. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. The potential for river flooding along the Yakima River Thursday through Sunday, especially in West Richland. In Yakima, moderate river flooding along the Naches in Yakima today through Friday. In Ellensburg, also tracking the potential of moderate river flooding Tuesday through Friday. In Hermiston, rain likely today, winds picking up tonight into tomorrow. And then finally for Walla Walla, rain likely today, then a bit drier for Wednesday and Thursday. And again, we'll see the wind gusts ramp up for tonight into tomorrow. Look at that high, 64 degrees.
All right, check this out now. One of the world's most active volcanoes is acting up again. It's Hawaii's Kilauea volcano.
Yeah, check out this video of the volcano on Saturday. It spewed out a massive 1,000-foot fountain of lava. The eruption ended up destroying one U.S. Geological Survey camera that was streaming live from the scene.
And the event marked nearly 1 year since the world's most active volcanoes started erupting. Yeah, that's something great to see on video, far, far away from that.
And you were in Italy this past summer, right before
that volcano, set off. Oh, yeah. It was in a different location than I was in, but hey. Yeah.
Close call anyway.
Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next, a new power move in the Hollywood bidding war. One studio making a hostile play and the price tag higher than any offer yet. The latest shakeup coming up in your entertainment news, which is right after the break.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with a Grand Highlander.
Whoa.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Toyotathon is on. And right now, you can lease a tough new 2025 Tacoma for just $259 per month.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Is it cold outside? Chuck here from Pizza Speedway in Kennewick. Swing by and grab hot pizza in minutes. Right now, buy one pizza, get one free of equal or lesser value. Limit one per customer. With this deal, you can get 2 large pizzas for $17 plus tax. Call ahead or walk in to order. Then cruise the drive-thru or step inside to pick up. Just mention this ad for the discount. Cozy up with a slice and a flavored energy drink or soda infusion. Visit us today at 525 North Edison in Kennewick. Pizza Speedway. Dinner in a flash.
So it cooks a pizza in 2 minutes? We'll take it.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Fly the Northwest with the ladies of WSU Crew tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, a Hollywood-like drama involving Hollywood itself and ownership of an iconic brand.
That's right. Paramount is now launching a hostile takeover attempt trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery without the company's approval. The move sets up a direct challenge to Netflix, which just struck its own massive deal. Now this morning, we turn to Sophie Flay to break down the Hollywood bidding war.
This morning, the latest in a bidding war that could reshape Hollywood. Paramount now launching a hostile takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery in an effort to buy the studio without its leaders' approval, appealing instead to shareholders. The new bid challenges Netflix, which recently struck its own $82 billion deal to buy Warner Brothers studio operations and HBO. But now, Paramount is vowing to buy the entire company in a cash deal valued at $108 billion.
We are offering shareholders $17.6 billion more cash than the deal that they currently have signed up with Netflix.
Paramount CEO David Ellison argues the Netflix-Warner Brothers deal would create a media giant that would stifle competition. Had Netflix already owned Warner Brothers and HBO, the combined studios would have dominated yesterday's Golden Globe nominations. Critics also fear the Netflix deal could lead to the closure of many movie theaters. But the co-CEO of Netflix insists the combined company would still release Warner Brothers movies in theaters.
I think it's really important to note we're deeply committed to releasing those movies exactly the way they'd release those movies today.
President Trump says he'll personally be involved in whether the deal goes through, warning the combined company's market share could be a problem.
I have to see what percentage of market they have. We have to see the Netflix percentage of market, Paramount, the percentage of market. I mean, none of them are particularly great friends of mine.
The private equity firm of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is helping finance Paramount's takeover bid.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
And it's now up to Warner Brothers to respond to Paramount. It's expected to do so within 10 business days. I think they need a Netflix or Paramount movie about this whole debacle.
Yeah, that would be drama. And I mean, the one thing we can say for certain is our prices are probably going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is
not today,
they're
but
saying,
eventually.
Oh, nothing's going to change today.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about tomorrow?
Yeah, what about next year? We'll see. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a decade of leadership is coming to an end in Sunnyside as the city's longtime mayor prepares to step away. Straight ahead, what Mayor Broersma says led to his decision to leave the office. In a push for action on Capitol Hill, Senator Patty Murray issues a warning saying millions could face higher health care costs next year. We have details on the deadline Murray says could hit Washington families' wallets. It's all in your next half hour, but first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a Waymo standoff. 3 of Waymo's driverless vehicles causing this traffic jam on a dead-end San Francisco street and blocking other drivers. This happened a day after Waymo's voluntary software recall after reports that Waymos weren't stopping for school buses. The developer of an iPhone app that tracks immigration raids is suing the Trump administration. Joshua Aaron accuses the Justice Department of pressuring Apple to remove his app. He claims it's a violation of free speech. No comment from the Justice Department. Finally, the results and plenty of other stuff are in after GameStop's first ever Trade Anything Day. One customer trading in a taxidermied bobcat for store credit at the world's largest video game retailer. GameStop says other items ranging from Air Jordans to a doll collection. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Battah. Have a great day.
Amica Insurance is proudly customer-owned. We know what keeps you going, and we work harder to protect it. Visit amica.com today.
From flu to ew, your air remembers. Unlike air fresheners, Lysol Air Sanitizer kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria in the air. Scent can't sanitize. Lysol can.
Travel can make you smell kind of funky, but aluminum-free Secret Whole Body Deodorant gives me 72-hour whole body freshness. For long layovers, surprise gate changes, and heavy luggage. And it's totally middle seat approved.
Secret, no sweat.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, you were stressing the rainfall that's happening in the region. How soon is it coming? Because it wasn't raining when I was driving in, but I suspect it's coming soon.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to rain all day here
fun.
in the Tri-Cities and across the region. And the rain that is just sort of piling up in the Cascades right now, it's filling up our basins, and that's making the river levels rise. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Big weather stories, the moderate river flooding potential we have now through Sunday, and the gust coming back for tonight. Well, it's quite windy very early this morning. After 8 a.m., it's looking like the wind gusts are going to die down, but then they'll resurge for tonight and then into Wednesday, into Thursday as well. High temperatures getting into the low to mid 60s for the next couple of days, so feeling quite balmy out there for this time of the year at least. Okay, it is a first alert weather day now through Sunday as we have that potential for moderate river flooding. So let's go ahead and show you first alert radar this morning, still dealing with rain and snow in the Cascades, also for the Blues, and some of this down into the Blue Foothills, maybe some light rainfall in Hermiston as well. The Natchez River near Natchez is already in a minor flood stage and will continue to be in that flood stage for the next couple days. So here's an update on the flooding. The Natchez River near Natchez, moderate flooding is possible from Cliffdale downstream to Yakima. And then for the Yakima River at Antietam, there will be flooding in pastures along the river. For Yakima River near Parker, there will be flooding of farmland and county roads. Some homes and buildings will be flooded, and there will be significant riverbank and topsoil erosion. And then for the Yakima River at Kiona, there will be moderate flooding of farmland, roads, and some residential areas, especially in the West Richland area. So we'll have a lot more to say about this throughout the course of the week, and a lot more to say about this, the wind gusts, coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We start this half hour of news in the political world of Sunnyside, where Mayor Dean Broersma is getting ready to step down after deciding not to run for re-election this year. The mayor has been part of the city council since 2013 and served as mayor for the past 4 years. He says he wants to spend more time with family, especially with the new grandchild on the way. Broersma encourages future leaders to stay connected with the community, to listen to different voices, and promote fairness. He also stresses the importance of finding common ground to keep Sunnyside moving forward. His years of service have been driven by a passion for Sunnyside's youth and community, making this farewell bittersweet.
There's a part of me that's ready to be done. I can spend more time with my family, with my grandkids, which is absolutely one of the funnest things that I do. But at the same time, I'm going to miss that involvement and being part of what's going on and envisioning and all those types of things. I'm going to miss that.
His final day as mayor will be December 31st, and as the community looks ahead, the new council will decide in January who will be Sunnyside's next mayor. And looking to statewide politics now, where Washington State Senator Patty Murray is calling on Republicans to act, warning that millions of Americans could see their health care costs skyrocket next year. So on Monday, Murray held a virtual press conference to urge extending the Affordable Care Act, and that's the enhanced premium tax credits. She was joined by Ingrid Early, CEO of the Washington State Health Benefit Exchange, and Lisa, a resident facing steep premium increases if the credits expire. Murray says the failure to extend the tax credits could double health care premiums for many Washingtonians, and it could push millions of people off coverage over the next decade.
I'm not going to stop pushing. I'm not going to stop sharing family stories and keeping up the pressure so long as there's even a chance we can stop these premiums from skyrocketing.
And on top of really crazy prices in food and rent, my carefully planned retirement just got turned upside down on its head.
In Washington State, more than 216,000 people could see higher premiums if Congress does not act. Murray urges lawmakers to work out a bipartisan deal to protect middle-class families. And keep it here, because coming up next, volunteering has no age limit. Grace Rotenboer has spent 15 years helping at her local clinic, and now she's earned some big recognition. We'll tell you how she's making a difference right after the break.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. The holidays bring carols, dancing, and the best part,
getting hammered.
So gather round, for a holiday Shifting Gears is coming to town.
I am Santa Claus, you know.
A new Shifting Gears, Wednesday on ABC.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
At Legends Casino Hotel, we believe the perfect meal begins long before it reaches the table. That's why we partner exclusively with Royal Ranch, a family farm right here in Washington. From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins on land cared for by people who believe in feeding their community responsibly. These cattle are pasture-raised, nourished through a regenerative loop that gives back to the soil and sustains the planet. For us, it's more than food. It's tradition, it's respect for the land, and pride in the people who make it possible. Treat yourself to all-natural pasture-raised, flame-broiled steaks, or melt in your mouth succulent prime rib. Try one of our towering burger creations, the legendary Mount Hood and Mount Adams. Stacked high with all your favorite fixing to satisfy the heartiest appetites and deliver a flavor experience that's bold, memorable, and unmistakably Northwest. From the first sizzle to the last bite, every dish tells a story. Taste the trust. Taste the tradition. Taste Royal Ranch beef, proudly crafted and executed by our culinary trained professionals at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Always local, always better, always legendary.
During this special season, trust Apple Valley News Now and ABC for an awesome lineup of magical holiday shows with favorites from Disney plus more. It's all proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
The holidays bring carols, dancing, and the best part,
getting hammered.
So gather round, for a holiday Shifting Gears is coming to town.
I am Santa Claus, you know.
A new Shifting Gears, Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be quite windy for, of course, tonight and then into Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, hey, look at this. Our WatchDoc camera is now working again for US 12 at White Pass. Compact snow, traction tires are required. Let's see if the Snoqualmie Pass camera is working. This one's still down, but it's snowy and slushy. Traction tires here are advised. And we do have a road closure, I-90 eastbound, exit 34 east of North Bend. This is due to a mudslide. And also there were portions of State Route 970 that were shut down due to debris in the roadway. The WashDOT website did not specify if that was due to winds or if it was due to a debris flow, so we'll investigate more into that. But for this morning, it's definitely still windy out there. These are going to calm down greatly after 8 a.m., but then they're going to start to pick up again for tonight and then into Wednesday and Thursday. So for tonight, gusts back up around 35 miles per hour for the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, 35 to 40 miles per hour for tomorrow for the Yakima Valley and for the Basin and the Foothills by tomorrow night. Still up around 40 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, and then into Wednesday, or excuse me, into Thursday. Overall, the wind gusts are looking calmer, but it's still going to be breezy out there. Okay, then onto the temperatures for this morning. 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Doesn't feel half bad if you're not in the wind gusts. High is going to continue to be in the 40s and 50s, and then they will raise up, getting into the low 60s for Wednesday and Thursday for lower elevations.
All right, 541 and making a difference this morning. Each month, Apple Valley News Now teams up with STCU to find local heroes and thank them for the work they do in our community.
This month, Grace
Schrotenboer
was the lucky winner.
I was there to surprise her, and now we have her inspiring story.
For Grace Schrotenboer, it was supposed to be a regular Wednesday shift, but she was about to find out that her 15 years of service hadn't gone unnoticed.
So we're with Apple Valley News Now and STCU, and you are our Volunteers Count winner. You just won $1,000 towards Grace Clinic for all your hard work.
Grace first walked through these doors simply looking for a way to stay active and useful. She asked if she could help out, and she has never looked back.
I needed something to do, and I came here and asked if I could volunteer, and they said sure. So I started, and I didn't know where to quit.
She stayed because of the people. It wasn't just about the work, it was also about the environment the staff created for her.
They, I don't know, they were just people that helped you along and never griped or anything, you know, and just kind of, if I needed an answer, they were willing to give it to me, and they were just all kind and generous.
Grace currently runs the food pantry logistics, sorting donations and stocking shelves. And while the name Grace Clinic fits her perfectly, she wants to set the record straight.
No, Grace Clinic was before I was here.
Coincidence or not, she is the heart of this place. That's why Erica Watson nominated her.
The age of 92 and still coming and volunteering weekly at our clinic is just so inspirational. And I always tell her, I'm like, you're my goal.
If you've ever thought about volunteering but felt intimidated to start, Grace says it's actually pretty simple.
Just be eager to learn and willing to learn, and they'll help you along.
For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Austin Reed.
So inspiring. And yes. Grace, she's just the cutest. She was so happy, overwhelmed with joy. And then she thought she was coming in for something else, but she wasn't coming in to volunteer. But then she just started working again. So just truly, truly a gem.
Volunteering, even when she's not planning to volunteer.
Yes, exactly. And if you would like to nominate someone, just visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com, to do so. And keep it here, because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with another look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Ooh, shaky camera, winds are windy.
Yeah, they are.
And they're going to stay that way. Josh will have more right after the break.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single pop-up burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W.
Welcome to Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Kennewick, where every visit feels like a celebration of flavor, friendship, and Northwest hospitality.
As the executive chef, I actually get to work out front a lot, so I'm delivering food to the guests and I'm able to talk to them. And I personally enjoy working our grill and doing the steaks like our ribeyes and our fillets and really great cuts of meat. It's just nice to be able to create something and then see the customer, try it and really enjoy it.
When I see new faces that I haven't seen before, I like going over and talking to them, making sure they have a good time.
Kitchen staff here has me so spoiled. It's hard for me to go out to eat anywhere else because they are fast and efficient, and I think the presentation is beautiful. I think that we have servers that really care about their job. I can see how much they care about their tables and their customers and making sure that everybody leaves happy.
The time you're here spent with us, we're going to make you laugh, have a great time, and make you part of the family. A popular drink for sure is going to be the lemon drop, which comes in different flavors such as huckleberry, strawberry, raspberry, or a classic. But my job in particular is to make sure guests are happy and smile.
From handcrafted cocktails to chef-inspired dishes, every detail at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar is designed for one thing, making you feel right at home. Join us at Columbia Center Mall in Kennewick, where every day is a celebration of great food, great drinks, and great company.
Merry Christmas.
From Griggs and Ace. Our family has been a part of this community since 1939.
Working and living in this area for over 86 years.
We've had the pleasure of serving and working with thousands of you over the years.
And most of all, we have been fortunate to serve you.
So thank you.
Thank you to our employees, past and present.
Thank you for choosing to shop with us for 86 years. We want to wish you all a blessed holiday season. And from the Grigg family,
Merry Christmas.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will continue to be a First Alert weather day through Sunday as there's that potential for moderate river flooding. And so let's show you the atmospheric setup behind that. We have this train of storm systems that's just set up here in the Pacific, and it's taking aim right at the Washington Cascades. And so let's show you how it goes down, at least over the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. And all throughout the day for today, I'll just step off the screen. You see there's just going to be high flying action all throughout the day. So expect it to be a wet day. And as we head into the evening, expect the wind gusts to ramp up once again. Now, as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, you'll notice that the lower elevation is going to be much drier, but just pay attention to the Cascades up here, all right? Just a constant onslaught of rain and some higher elevation snow as well. And at times, that's going to be moderate to heavy. We'll zoom in on the Tri-Cities, at least for today. Rain chances going up, peaking during the evening. They'll fall off after that. But yeah, again, it's just going to be a wet one out there. You can track hour-by-hour precip chances for your home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And we'll keep it in the Tri-Cities where we're going to be substantially drier for Wednesday and Thursday, completely dry for Friday and Saturday, maybe trending wetter again into next week. We'll keep a close eye on that. Here are the rainfall totals we're expecting from this morning through Saturday afternoon. Still another 5 to 7 inches to go for the Cascades, and that's going to flow down into our basins and make our river levels rise. So again, we're thinking for the valleys, it's going to be Tuesday through Friday in which we'll have the best chances of flooding. And then for the basins, specifically in West Richland along the Yakima River, that would be from Thursday through Sunday. That would be the best time frame. In terms of snowfall from this morning through this evening, maybe a couple more inches for our Cascade passes, maybe a couple more inches for Blue Mountain passes. But again, it's the rain and the flooding potential that I'm more so concerned about. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. The potential for river flooding along the Yakima Thursday through Sunday, again specifically in West Richland. In Yakima, moderate river flooding along the Natchez and Yakima today through Friday. And then in Ellensburg, the same thing, tracking the potential of moderate river flooding Tuesday through Friday. In Hermiston, rain likely today Winds picking up tonight into tomorrow. And finally, for Walla Walla, rain likely today, then a bit drier for Wednesday and Thursday. Look at the temperatures for Wednesday and Thursday, 64 and 60 respectively. And those winds out of the south going to help with that.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we're starting off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, fire crews responded to Porter's Real Barbecue in Richland yesterday morning after reports of smoke and a burning plastic smell inside the banquet room. Crews did not find an active fire, but they did discover light smoke and called in additional units out of caution. Crews checked the building and made sure everything was fine. The restaurant was able to reopen for the rest of the day. Officials say HVAC issues may cause similar situations, so they're reminding business owners to have their heating and cooling systems inspected twice a year. And deputies responded to a vehicle fire in a canal off East Edison Road just outside of Sunnyside on Saturday. When firefighters put out the flames, they found one person inside who did not survive. The driver is believed to be a 21-year-old man from Sunnyside, although his identity still has not yet been officially confirmed. Investigators say speed caused the car to lose control, shear off a guardrail on the canal bridge, and end up in the water before catching fire. Washington State Patrol responded just before 3:45 p.m. on Saturday to a crash near the Wapato city limits. Troopers say a southbound train struck a pickup truck that was traveling southwest on North Wapato Avenue. Both men inside the truck, a 29-year-old and 32-year-old, were pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say the truck did not stop at the railway crossing before the collision. An investigation into why is ongoing. And looking ahead today, Yakima County leaders are taking public comments on the county's 5-year homeless housing strategic plan. The hearing begins this morning at 10 in the county commissioner's basement conference room, and there is a Zoom option available. The plan will outline long-term goals and strategies for addressing homelessness and guides how funding decisions are made. County leaders say public feedback is crucial as they work to finalize the next phase of the region's response. Finally, drivers in Richland will continue to see lane closures this week as crews finish the South George Washington Way Improvements Project. The city says recent wind and rain delayed the final striping, pushing the work through December 14th. The largest impacts are expected Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's when crews install the last of the striping and a new crosswalk at G-Way and Columbia Point Drive. Columbia Point Drive will be closed with detours in place, and some lanes on G-Way may temporarily shut down as crews work. Officials are reminding drivers to slow down, follow posted signs, and watch for workers in the area. International headlines now. Help for U.S. farmers is on the way from the White House in the form of a $12 billion aid package. President Trump made the announcement yesterday at a White House roundtable. Most of the aid will be directed to crop farmers, though one-time payments under the Farmer Bridge Assistance Pro, or through one-time payments. The remaining $1 billion will go to farmers whose crops fall outside of who the assistance program covers. President Trump said the aid package is possible due to proceeds from tariffs. The Agriculture Secretary said money should begin flowing by the end of February, and farmers of several crops, including corn, cotton, and wheat, were on hand for the announcement. Now to your business headlines. President Trump plans to sign an executive order blocking state AI regulations. He posted yesterday on social media, quote, "There must be only one rule book if we're going to continue to lead in AI." This comes as some states have passed laws to address potentially risky and harmful uses of AI. Recent reports have highlighted risks of the technology causing delusions or contributing to self-harm among users or exposing children to sexualized adult material. Critics worry the deregulation push could allow AI companies to evade accountability should their tools harm consumers. Proponents and leaders in Silicon Valley have argued that state regulations could slow down innovation and affect America's competitiveness in the global AI race. 554 and in your health headlines, Bill Gates is among the international philanthropists and leaders making a major donation to help fund the fight against polio. The group is pledging $1.9 billion towards the cause, and it's money towards an effort that's expected to vaccinate 370 million children against the disease. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative was started in 1988, and it has reduced polio cases by nearly 100%. The goal is to completely end the threat of polio worldwide before the end of the decade. Officials say the funding gap for the initiative is now about $440 million. Talking sports now, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier has pleaded not guilty to federal charges alleging he was involved in an illegal gambling operation. He appeared in a New York courtroom yesterday. A judge released him on $3 million bond. He and a co-defendant in the case are accused of using inside information to tip off gamblers during a 20-23 game when he was still a member of the Charlotte Hornets. The NBA placed him on unpaid leave back in October. Now to your trending news this morning, scientists are keeping tabs on a comet as it's coming closer to Earth.
That's right, but this is not just any comet. That's because it originated out of our solar system.
Ooh, so the Hubble Space Telescope and the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer captured new images of the celestial body as it streaked across the solar system. Hubble first spotted the comet back in July, and astronomers saw it again last month as it moved to within 178 million miles of Earth.
The new images show a glowing halo of gas surrounding the comet and two tails. NASA says the comet poses no danger to people on Earth. It's expected to remain visible for a few more months until it leaves our solar system.
How cool.
Have you seen stuff about 3I Atlas? Do you know what that is?
No, what's that?
It's this space object that's floating through space, and some people are suggesting it has like non-gravitational acceleration. So people jump to conclusions and think it's an alien.
Aliens.
Yes,
Nope.
that's what they did.
We'll see what becomes of that. And this is cool. I need to figure out where exactly you can see it. I feel like we missed it, but need to try to find it in the sky.
It's only 178 million miles away.
I mean, it should be visible
hop,
somewhere,
skipping, and
right?
jumping away.
Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next, they've been building towards this all season, and this weekend, it all came down to one matchup on the biggest stage. Coming up, we'll have the big moment that had DeSales Catholic High School celebrating on the field, and why this year's matchup with Liberty Christian carried extra weight. Plus, people across the northern U.S. could get a rare chance to see the northern lights tonight. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll have tips on when and exactly where to catch the show. And Josh, what are you tracking? These winds?
I don't think we're going to be able to see it here. Too much rain, too many clouds, and yeah, the winds for this morning will, expecting the winds to kind of die off a little bit later this morning, but then revamp for tonight. So we'll talk about all that and the river flooding. All that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.